Hi there guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production. Now I say this every single time, every YouTuber says this every single time. There's been a significant amount of time since their last video, but it's been a while since I've uploaded. I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of the fact it's been so long. Obviously I will talk about why I haven't uploaded video for too long, but I'm not going to belabor the point about it's been so long, all this kind of stuff. I'm just going to get right into the video and just let you guys know that I am doing brilliant right now in many different factors, mentally, physically, emotionally, job-wise. I'm doing sensationally. Basically, long story short, I was furloughed from work about 12 weeks ago, I think it has been now, give or take, and ever since coming back I'm in a different department and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. I feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm. A few people, both colleagues and friends, have said I don't seem like a cold spring anymore. I seem a lot more calmer. I'm not like a leopard waiting to leap upon the next nearest person. I'm not like a mousetrap, not a mousetrap, I suppose it does still work. I'm not looking to snap at any moment. I'm a lot calmer, a lot more chill. And yeah, things are going really well at the moment. Plus a few bills have expired, is that really a word? Have lessened. So financially things are a bit better now, and just generally I'm feeling really, really good in a hell of a lot of ways. And I thought I'd do a YouTube video. I've been wanting to do a YouTube video for so long now, but for various reasons haven't. Again, not going to get into it necessarily. We'll just get into what I have been doing and what has been going on. The principal reason why I'm doing this YouTube video is because recently I reacquired my old phone, which is the Sony XZ Premium. I'm now using the Sony Xperia 1, which is a fantastic phone. The Xperia 1, sorry, the Xperia 1 2, haha, the Xperia 2, is it the Xperia 1 2, just the Xperia 2? Anyway, that's just come out and I'm hearing that, you know, it's actually a bloody good phone and it's definitely a worthy successor to this phone. This is a fantastic phone. The only problem is that longevity of value is not something that I would necessarily invest in a Sony phone for. If you're looking for longevity of value, Samsung or Apple is your go-to at the moment. This is worth about £1.5 ton, which is about £140, give or take, whereas most flagship Samsungs from last year you can get easily £200-300 for, and of course iPhones a bit more than that in some respects depending on the capacity. This has 128 gig capacity and has a 4K screen on this bloody thing, plus Dolby Atmos balanced, you know, stereo speakers, and yet, you know, CX take £140 for it, which is kind of dismal for the flagship phone that is. But if you're looking for a phone that's pumped full of features, basically aimed at the consumer of content such as movies and such, this is a beautiful phone. The 4K OLED screen just is so good when it comes to that. So the Sony Xperia XZ Premium, has an issue in that it resets itself, so it's not good as a day-to-day phone. However, as a recorder for audio, works pretty good actually. I did have a problem with my mic, which I've managed to sort with a bit of a hack job, so hopefully that will you know, help out with things down the road. That's why I'm choosing this opportunity to record this video right now, because long story short, things have aligned and allow me to do the video. The phone's working, the mic's working, I got my camera all charged up. Tried to record a video 2 weeks ago, my camera died. I then couldn't find my charger, and then my SD card decided to corrupt itself and took a while for me to resurrect said SD card. It would have been a lot quicker, to be honest, for me to just buy a replacement SD card, but considering that was halfway through the month and there are more important things for me to spend money on an SD card than an SD card, i.e. food, I didn't buy an SD card. I resurrected the one that's currently inside the camera right now. Took a bit to resurrect it, but it got resurrected. So there we go. So what have I been doing with my time? So it's currently Friday the 31st of July 2020 and it's just gone 10 past 7 p.m. Today has been a good day. So currently, as I record this video, the PlayStation, Sony have just had a summer sale. And as part of that summer sale, there's a bunch of games on there that are going for really cheap. 2 games I wanted to play. One is a repurchase, I've already played it, and that's Death Stranding. I've rebought Death Stranding, loving it once again. The second game is Days Gone. I wanted to play Days Gone for quite some time. Obviously it got mediocre ratings, reviews when it first came out. Apparently, since its release, so is it called Bend Studio? Studio Bend? Bend, I'm just going to call them, have continually updated the game, and apparently it's a lot different than it was at launch, and a lot of the gripes that people had with it at launch are now gone. So I decided to pick that up. They were both, Death Stranding was £23 and some pence, and Days Gone was £15 and some pence. I can't complain to get both those games for just under £40. That's a pretty good steal in my books, and I've been playing a hell of a lot of Death Stranding this afternoon because I'm off today off work, and I will be getting into Days Gone over the weekend and playing through that, and you know, really looking forward to getting into those. I did buy The Last of Us Part 2 last payday, and I have been enjoying that game, don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. However, it did something in the story that pissed me off. I'm just going to say it. So you play as one character for basically half the story, and then you switch to a different character for the next half of the story. It also it also reverses in time, essentially. And I was like, no. So I had to put the game down for a while. I've still put the game down, and I'll come back to it at some other point. As I said at the beginning of this video, did I say it in this specific video? I'm just going to re-say it in case I didn't. Also financially, I'm in a good position at the moment. Some bills have lessened and stuff like that. So I don't need to necessarily sell games. That's not a thing that's hovering over my head. So I can keep The Last of Us to one side because I do have it physically, because I bought it over at Tesco's that's fairly local to me. I was going to say, yeah, I can just leave it to one side and then get back to it at a later date. And seeing as I've just rebought Death Stranding and bought Days Gone, it could be on the back burner for quite some time, but I was not happy when the game did that halfway through the story. So I need to put that down and, you know, calm down before I tackle that game again. 2 months back, I did buy quite an expensive box set, which was the 60th anniversary release of the Twilight Zone Blu-ray box set. So last year was the 60th anniversary of Twilight Zone. We got Jordan Peele's interpretation of the Twilight Zone, as people seem to enjoy, and there's a bunch of other celebrations and what have you to do with Twilight Zone. There's a few biopics and documentaries on Rod Serling, of course the creator and founder, if you will, of the Twilight Zone. And also CBS decided to release a really nice box set of the Twilight Zone called the 60th Anniversary Edition, and it's a glorious box set, and it's sat in my back room right now. When I first got it, I kind of binge watched a bunch of episodes, kind of tailed off, moved on to other things, but it's a gorgeous box set that I will show off at some point, and it's now out of print. I was actually on the fence about buying it, but the week of payday, when the week started, it was fully in stock on Amazon, and then went down to 13 copies in stock, 10 copies in stock, 9 copies in stock. It just kept dropping. And by the Friday, I think it was like 5 copies in stock, so I snatched one up. I'm assuming it's out of stock. I haven't actually checked. if it's out of stock on Amazon, but if it is out of stock on Amazon, it's probably out of print now. It's also on the Twilight Zone website. You might be in stock on there, but originally it was limited to 1,000 units. Or was it 1,500 units? And because it was so popular and so successful, CBS authored or made more sets and brought up to 5,000 units. Also got Amazon involved, and Amazon and the Twilight Zone website were the two places. Twilight Zone shop, I think it's called. The two places where you could buy it. I'm going to assume it's now out of print or out of stock. I don't know, but I can imagine that's now going to fetch collector's prices because it's a nice set. It kind of reminds me of a set they did way back when called the Fifth Dimension box set, which bundled together both the 60s and the 80s versions of Twilight Zone into one nice, complete, succinct package. The packaging reminds me of that set, although it only contains the 60s series. You'd have to buy both the 80s and the 2000 series yourself at some point. Yeah, so I bought that a few months back. That was a pretty penny, but I think very much worth it for the kind of set that it is. What else have I done? I'm trying to think of what else I've purchased or done. Not really much else. My phone's going off. Yeah, can't really think what else is really going on specifically that I can call to and be like, oh yeah, this is happening, that's happening. I just realised I need to reinstall Adobe Premiere on my computer to edit this video. I swear there's something else, something very specific, distinctive that I'm missing. Can't think of it right now. But yeah, that's what I've been doing with my time. Relaxing, chilling, you know, being a lot calmer, and buying some things here and there that you'll probably find out about in due course. And yeah, there'll probably be a video on my channel at some point talking about Death Stranding. I've actually saved some video clips to my PS4's hard drive to actually upload to YouTube with a bit of an audio, a voiceover over the top of it, just to talk about my my findings with that game, because it was a very divisive game when it came out. I myself love the game to bits. There's just something special about it. It's its minute-to-minute gameplay that I like the most. The story, it's a Hideo Kojima story. Take it however you want to take it, with a pinch of salt. Take it super seriously. Take it as non-seriously as you like. Take it tongue-in-cheek. Take it however you like. I know there are some people in this world that take the Metal Gear Solid franchise super seriously, at least the story-wise, super seriously. I'm sorry, they are tongue-in-cheek as they all come. Hideo Kojima himself has said that he took inspiration from various outlets of movie and cinema, some of it tongue-in-cheek stuff, so, you know. But it's up to the individual how they take each story. I take any Hideo Kojima story with a massive pinch of salt. But the gameplay of Death Stranding is right up my street. That's why I rebought it, essentially. And for £23, I could hardly complain. I was actually saying to myself that I was going to wait until the game came to about £20 before I rebought it. That's exactly what happened. The irony of it is, once it came back down to £20 on the PSN store, there's a site here in the UK called Hot UK Deals. It's a community-driven website where the community can upload deals that are going around. As soon as it dropped in price on the PSN, it's dropped in price everywhere, essentially physically, as in the physical copy. So you can buy it for about £20 in various places now. And if you haven't yet picked it up, maybe consider picking it up, because I tell you what, I will say one thing, it's not for everybody. Maybe look at some reviews, look at some opinions, all that kind of stuff, then decide for yourself. But I'm enjoying it. That's all I'll say. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. Might record another one a bit later. I do have an idea for another video to record. But for now, I'm going to sign off here. Let you guys get back to whatever you're up to. Hopefully you're keeping very, very well. I'm keeping splendid, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. Anyway guys, until next time, please take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.